Did you get hit too? Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We have a medic?
Oh.
Kenny and Adam are dueling it out. They basically charge at each other, and each individual shield just hits them right in the face.
I spilled some blood, Adam spilled some blood, but it's all in good competition.
So I have a little prize for you.
Rachel got to see how serious it gets when it comes to going after her.
That jacket is ridiculous. So blood was spilled, and a surprising number of men went home on a very special Tuesday night episode of The Bachelorette. And joining me now to break it all down is season 20 Bachelor cast member Caila Quinn. And joining us for the first time, season 18 cast member Sharlene Joynt. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing? You guys look fabulous.
Oh, thank you. Always.
Let's get right into it. So last night started out with us finally seeing Rachel send Lee packing after all the lies that he told about Kenny. So let's watch a clip from that moment first.
So, Lee, I'm gonna say goodbye to you.
That's okay, sweetheart. I want you to know that when he came back over here, he threatened me. And he was just up cussing me out. He sat down cussing me out. He told me to go die in a lake.
You guys, honestly, I hope you find what you're looking for. And I'm glad that you hope the same for me.
Okay, so Caila, this Lee drama was dragged out over many episodes, too many episodes. Now that the dust has settled, what is your takeaway from this storyline?
She didn't really have respect for Lee from the beginning. She even broke up with him in front of Kenny, which is something that is so rude. She should have taken him aside.
But isn't it tradition? Don't they have to, on a 2-on-1 date, like pick up the rose and then break up with the person right there? Don't they usually do that?
No, they usually take them aside. Like with Olivia, didn't Ben take her to the side?
I guess you're right, but not before taking the rose and leading her on.
I like the drama of her breaking up with him in front of Kenny. Charlene, after Rachel sent Lee home, she was really disappointed when Kenny went back to confront Lee. What was he thinking? Did he make a wrong move there?
I mean, I think he did. It was a little painful to watch, and he didn't do himself any favors.
So bad.
Yeah. I kind of wish he would just sort of like dust it off and like leave it behind.
Like, why didn't he just leave?
Pent-up tension, I have no idea.
Yeah.
He wanted to get that last word in.
He should have spent more time with Rachel. Clearly, it didn't end well.
So ridiculous. Well, after it looked like Rachel might send Kenny home, he got a rose, was able to survive another day. More on him in just a minute. But first, in the night's first rose ceremony, Josiah and Anthony got sent home before the guys moved on to Denmark. And then Eric got the first date there and opened up about his issues with love. Watch this.
You see how we doing this? I never had that. I always felt alone. So what happened was, as I got older and I started getting in relationships with women, every time the love would come, I would run, because my mom didn't even give it to me. In this situation, dealing with you, what I'm feeling is so unfamiliar. And I don't want to cop out and say it's love, because I never had love. I don't know what that's like. I've never been in love. But I know what I am feeling is I'm falling for you.
So I kind of liked this date. What did you think, Caila, of this one-on-one with Eric?
It felt really, really sweet and genuine, and I think Eric is being honest. He's never been in love before, which is something that's hard to admit, especially in this setting.
Yeah, I thought their date was super cute, super fun, easygoing, and I liked how vulnerable he is all the time.
How excited he was to
Yes.
get the rose.
Yeah.
He was so cute.
Yeah.
And he's really affectionate.
Yeah.
I like that he doesn't play down his emotions about anything.
And then, Sharlene, we're seeing the guys that haven't had one-on-ones yet start to get very stressed out about it. You know, what does that anxiety feel like when you're in the house and you're not getting those one-on-ones?
It's hard to say, because, I mean, I feel like we both, at this point, had already had one-on-ones, and I don't know, mine came sooner than I was expecting. I mean, you got the very first one.
Totally, but when you see those other people panicking,
they start to get
their
edgy.
panic gets on everyone else.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a bug.
Yeah, yeah.
You kind of feel bad for them, but then if you're in the house, I'm sure you also are kind of competitive and then you don't feel that bad.
Totally, and then it's everyone's job to just make them feel comfortable and say, don't worry about it, you know, Sean and Catherine, like, everyone, the typical Sean and Catherine, like, they met like the, 8th episode in or 6th episode.
Funny. So after Rachel's date with Eric, she had a Viking group date filled with blood, sweat, and yes, even tears. Throughout the episode, we saw Kenny struggling with his missing his daughter, which led to this moment.
If I'm just keeping it absolutely 100,
That's what I want you to do.
I feel like you should go home. Speaking from one daddy's girl to the next, she's so lucky to have me.
Damn, this is so rough. Why do you have to be so, like, smart and insightful? You get me?
Because I've been here before and I've dated somebody with a child.
So Sharlene, you also left your season of The Bachelor kind of early. Could you relate to Kenny's struggle here at all, or those feelings?
It's sort of a little differently, but I do feel like he almost wanted that to happen, like for him to bring up his turmoil. You know, you could ride it out for as long as you can if your goal was airtime, but I like that that wasn't his goal.
Yeah.
He was almost willing her to tell him to leave.
And you kind of wanted to leave when you were...
Yeah, I definitely wanted to leave, but like if I wanted to stay on TV, like you could have. So I really like respect that, you know, he was there for the right reasons.
Yeah, and Caila, what did you think of Kenny and Rachel deciding that Kenny should go home?
This was such a mature relationship in general. They talked it through. He has no questions why it ended. And I thought it was a very sweet moment. And if every breakup ended up like that, I think that we would all move on quicker.
Yeah, even when he was leaving, he was calling her baby, and she called him boo. I thought it was so sweet.
And she was like, from one daddy's girl to another, like, I understand. And so it was just such a kind moment that I felt all of America saying, aw.
Yeah, she handled that really well. So Rachel followed that up with a one-on-one date with Will, who she hoped would open up to her more. Watch this.
We are standing on top of a castle, looking out over the sea, seeing Denmark in the background. We have the perfect setting for romance, and there's still nothing. I don't know what's holding Will back.
Oh, it's so awkward. I mean, Rachel ended up sending Will home. He seemed very surprised by it. Caila, how can there be such a disconnect with two people?
He doesn't seem very self-aware. He didn't notice that he wasn't being affectionate, and he was even saying that his love language is physical touch, and he didn't give any of that to her. So I respect Rachel for communicating that, because he, you know, that's the reality. He wasn't very affectionate, so you could see there wasn't a connection, and we kind of all know why.
Yeah, Sharlene, what did you think of Will's run?
It was so painful to watch. I watched it with my fiance, and when they were sitting at the top of the castle, he was like, man, he has no game.
Yeah.
And you know, you see her looking like, it's just, what was he, like, okay, the view's beautiful, but like, she's right next to
It's also like a perfect opportunity to turn to that person and kiss them.
Yes.
Thank you, Andrea.
It was surprising. So surprisingly for The Bachelorette, the episode ended with another rose ceremony that we actually got to see all of. No cliffhanger, yay. Alex ended up being the sixth man sent home during the episode. So no offense to Adam or Matt, but we haven't really seen Rachel have much chemistry with either of them. Were you surprised to see Alex go?
I was shocked.
Yes.
My tweet was just like, this is the most dramatic season of The Bachelor yet, because I didn't see that coming.
Didn't see it coming.
And he's like so fun and hot. I wanted to see him stick around.
If I'm honest, I had to double check the names of Matt and Adam because they've had so little airtime, and then so you would expect Alex, who we've seen more of, to last longer.
Maybe it's an editing thing, I don't know. Sharlene, we're down to 6 guys. Brian, Peter, Eric, Adam, Matt, and Dean. Who is Rachel going to end up with? Who do you think?
I mean, based on that one-on-one, Brian. I mean, she's so into him. It's mutual. I love them together. Rachel.
Yeah, what do you
Rachel, that's
What do you think, Caila?
I really like her with Brian, too.
Okay.
I know.
All right, we'll see. I like Peter or Dean.
I think Peter is a stud, but I think that she's into Brian.
Yeah. Do you think any of the remaining guys will end up as the next Bachelor? Let's say Brian is chosen. Do you think any of these other guys would be the next Bachelor?
100%. Peter,
Peter?
yeah. I think that hot tub scene, all of the, like, I wanted to sneak in that hot tub too.
When you go on Twitter when it's playing, everyone's talking about Peter, so I think he has a lot of lady fans out there.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him. All right, Caila and Sharlene, thank you so much. And you guys make sure to watch ABC's The Bachelorette every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern.